Hi friends, welcome to Kodai Linux. This session we are going to learn how to call a CD script from within a shell script. Let us start working on this. Okay, so let us look at the script. Replace empcity.sh. Okay, so what we are doing in this script accepts employee file name, employee ID and present employee city and new city as command line arguments and does the necessary change. So initially we are checking if the number of arguments entered is right number of arguments. If not, we are returning error message. We are displaying error message and returning. We are terminating the script with the exit unsuccessful exit status value. Okay, so if the right number of arguments are entered, then we are assigning those arguments to some appropriate variables. Here we are checking if the file name entered doesn't exist, then we are throwing appropriate error and terminating with an exit status value. Then if the file so this here what happens, let me explain you. We are grepping for the line from the file that begins with this particular employee ID entered by user. Okay, and if this grep is unsuccessful, so double pipe symbol is a conditional execution operator that captures the unsuccessful exit status. So if grep is terminating with an unsuccessful exit status, then we are executing this block of statements. Okay, giving appropriate error message and terminating with an exit status value. So in this what we are doing, we are grepping. So if this grep is successful, then whatever follows this double pipe symbol, that is conditional execution operator, okay, checking the unsuccessful exit status, okay, won't execute, that block won't execute, so the control comes here. So here what we are doing, we are checking, we are grepping for the line that begins with this employee ID, and then in that line we are grepping for the city entered by the user. And if grep is able to grep that city, that particular city entered by the user, then this grep would be successful. But here we are capturing unsuccessful exit status, meaning if grep is unable to grep for that particular city, then we are executing, we are displaying this error message, please enter right city for this employee, and then terminating with appropriate unsuccessful exit status value, any unsuccessful exit status value between 1 and 255. Okay, so if it doesn't go into any of these blocks, then the control will come to this line. So here what we are doing, we are looking for the line, okay, that has this empid. So I need to make a change here, that is I need to edit something here. What I need to edit, the line beginning with employee ID, okay, there substitute the user entered, that is the existing employee city with the new employee city in the file name. Okay, and then we are displaying some message. Then we are just verifying that this particular whatever update we have done, no, whether that update has been done. Okay, that is what we are checking here by displaying that line from the file which begins with this particular employee ID. Okay, So let us open this file, okay, and then let us make the appropriate change, okay, whatever change we wanted to make. Okay, so let us come here, caret $empid, that is the line that begins with the employee ID. In that line, what we want to do, substitute the existing employee city that the user has entered with the new employee city which again the user has entered. Okay, so we are doing this. So if this is successful, okay, then when we display this, the update would have been done, right? Okay, fine. So here we are sure that this existing employee city would be there because we have done the necessary validation above. Okay, and then employee ID also would be there. So all these things would be there. So this SCD should be executed successfully because we have done all kinds of checking, like we have checked for the existence of the file, then existence of the employee ID in the file, existence of the employee city, okay, in the record from the file, which begins with that particular employee ID. So all these validations we have done, right? Okay, fine. So let us try to execute the script and understand. /replace. You have entered incorrect number of arguments and the script is educating us as to how to execute the script. So the script name followed by employee file name followed by employee ID, employee current city, employee new city. Okay, so let us suppose I am entering employee file name emp.data, employee ID, okay, 333, employee current city Texas, Dallas. Okay, so I have entered all the arguments. So now what is the error it is throwing now? No such file name as emp.data echo dollar question mark. What it is returning? It is returning the exit status value of 2. That is what I am returning when there is no such file. So please enter the correct file name. So whatever file name I have entered, it is incorrect. Okay, fine. Now let us suppose now I am entering the proper file name employees.txt 333. Okay, let me enter some employee ID 789. Now what is the error it is throwing? No such emp id 789 in employees.txt. Please enter the correct emp id. Okay, I am entering 333. Employee with employee ID 333 doesn't reside currently in Texas. Please enter right city for this employee. So this employee with the employee ID 333 exists, but this employee's current city is not Texas, but wherein I have mentioned it as Texas. Okay, let me just look for that current city of this employee.txt. Current city is Washington. So what I will do here, I will enter Washington. Washington, Dallas. Employee city for employee with employee ID 333 updated successfully, displaying the updated record as below. So 333 and the employee's details, and then the city name now it is Dallas, correct? So we have updated the record. So here we have just looked at one simple script which accepts as command line arguments the file name, employee file name, then employee ID, then employee current city and the new city, and it replaces for that employee ID, it replaces the current city with new city. So here we have learned various things like various things like uh, The conditional execution operators we have learnt in an earlier session also, as a part of Linux basics. We have learnt about the conditional execution operators. Okay, so there we have learnt about the conditional execution operator, double ampersand and double pipe symbol. Double ampersand, or which is also called as the conditional execution operator, and okay, it captures successful exit status, and conditional execution operator, or that is double pipe symbol, captures unsuccessful exit status, and how we can group a set of commands after this conditional execution operator. So the purpose of grouping is that either they all would be ignored or they all would be executed. So that is the purpose of grouping of the commands within curly braces. Okay, and then we have also learnt executing the SCD script from within the shell script. Okay, so with this I would like to conclude today's session. Okay, so we are going to see more on SCD command in the subsequent sessions. Okay, as some examples, as shell scripts. Okay, using SCD command from shell scripts. So thank you. We'll see again in our next session. So just before concluding, I just want to share a thought with you all. Winning doesn't always mean being first. Winning means you are doing better than you have done before. Bonnie Blair, speed skater. So winning doesn't always mean being first. It's self-explanatory. So just by being first, okay, just by being first alone, then only a person wins. You can't tell. Okay, so even if we constantly strive to become better version of ourselves and become better version, keep on becoming better version of ourselves, even that is considered as winning. So with this thought, let us end today's session. Thank you. See you all. Bye bye. Take care.